Try and find a place where you can sit for a few moments. Either rest the hands on the knees, or if you're more comfortable, bring them into the lap. Correct your seat a little. So just now notice if the shoulders are forwards. Bring the shoulders back, sit taller, lengthen through the crown of the head. Feel the chest open. So open that space in the front of the body. Draw the navel into the spine. So there's some connection there around the waist. Offer yourself some support. And that's the connection that we're going to try and hold all the way through the practice this morning. So we don't want it to be forced, but want to keep it there, supporting us as we move. Just start to connect to the breath. Okay, close the eyes. Take a big breath in through the nose and a big loud sigh out through the mouth. Big breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Two more like that, in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now close the mouth. Just let the breath settle. Just notice the drop through the shoulders. Take them down away from the ears if they just creeped up a little before. Pull some length into the side of the waist. Take the right hand out to the side. Let the fingertips just touch the floor. Reach your left arm up. Stretch and open that left side of the body. Push your left seat bone down as you reach the arm over to the right. So you're really trying to open that space. Stretch the left fingertips a little further over. And then come back through center. Notice the difference once you come through the middle. Take the left arm down, reach the right arm up and over. Create some space, some length. Stretch the fingertips even further away from you. Push that right seat bone down. And then come back to center. Bring the hands into prayer heart center. Interlace the fingers. Push the heels of the hands away, round through the upper back. Draw the chin into the chest. Keep the hands interlaced. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten the back, open the chest forwards, gaze up towards the ceiling. And exhale, round. Pull the waist in. Start to really strengthen through the middle of the body. Inhale, lift up, nice and tall, open the chest. Exhale, round out. From this rounded position, release your hands to the floor. Take it back to all fours. Hands and knees. Push down through the hands, through all 10 fingers, all 10 knuckles. Tuck the toes, drawing the navel to the spine. Lift your hips back and up. Stretch into downward facing dog. Just take your time here. Lengthen through the backs of the heels. Push down through the hands. Find a strong but not forced downward facing dog. Somewhere you can adjust, so you can pull the navel in. You can lengthen the back of the head. Just steady the breath, slow it down. Find your focus. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale.
Jess, is your volume correct?
Exhale. I think people aren't on mute, don't think. Hopefully that's okay. I think we're good. Inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky. Bend your right knee, open that right hip, lift your right knee. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Bring that right foot forward, step it forwards without a sound. Let the left knee rest back down. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, open the chest. And I can only see Joe. So Joe, if it's okay, just give me a thumbs up. Oh, good, okay. And then draw the elbows down to open the chest and open the heart. Inhale, sweep your arms back up to the sky. Exhale, bring the elbows down by the side. Lift the chest as you do so. Take two more like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it down. Let the hands connect to the floor. So really push down. Feel the mat beneath you. Tuck the back toes. Lift the left knee. Reach your right arm up to the sky and twist. So open your chest to the right side of the room. Maybe just rotate through that right wrist. So stretch around the wrist joints, the base of the wrist. Maybe feel that stretch into the forearm, into the extensors. Then take your right hand down. Without a sound, step to a plank. So try and make it really slow and controlled. Lower all the way to the floor as you take an exhale breath, nice and slowly. Inhale, point the toes, lift the chest, draw your chest forward. So try and move the chest forwards on the mat. Exhale, take it down. Toes tuck. If you want more strength work, push through a plank. If not, just meet us in downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2, lifting back and up through the hips, just noticing the length through the spine, maybe the stretch down through the backs of the legs. Left leg high. Bend the left knee, open the left hip. Lift that left knee to the ceiling. Trust both hands. So push the hands into the ground. Trust they're going to offer you a strong, stable base from which you can lift that left knee even higher. Bring the left knee into the chest. Step the left foot forwards nice and lightly. Rest the right knee down this time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, draw the elbows down by the side as you move into that right hip. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, draw the body forwards. Take 2 more like that. Use the breath. And exhale. So syncing the breath and the movement. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take the hands down to the floor. Ground the hands into the mat. Tuck the back toes. Lift the right knee. Spiral the chest to the left. Reach your left arm up to the sky. So with each exhale, see if you can open the chest more to the left-hand side. Twisting all the way through the spine. Reach those left fingertips up. 1 more. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Without a sound, nice and slow, step that left leg back. Hold your hips 1 inch higher. So feel slightly more work and strength around the center of the body. From here, rest the knees. Bend the elbows, take it all the way down. Inhale, point the toes. Lift the chest, draw the chest forwards. 1 big breath in. And then out, rest it down. Knees bend, toes tuck, or lift through a plank. Take it back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Keep the hands rooting down, bend the knees. Walk your feet in. Bring them all the way towards the hands. Step them together. So squeeze the toes together, squeeze the inner ankles. Bend the knee, reach the arms to a chair. Pull navel to spine. So you're trying to make some space between the belly and the thighs. Section from the knees, travel up to the pelvis. Push the heels down. Ground into the feet. From there, bring the hands together, stand tall. Maybe take a slight back bend. Look to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it upright, hands to prayer heart center. Inhale, bring the left knee to the chest. Exhale, slowly move the body forwards, coming into warrior 3. So stretching that left leg back, leaning over the right leg, finding your balance. Don't have to come all the way down so the body's parallel to the floor. Just as long as you can lift up through that right leg. At the same time, push down into the right foot. Hold it for 3. 2. On 1, a long light step to the back of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up the sky. Open through that left thigh. Breathe in. And then encourage yourself to move that left hip a little further. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale, let that back knee come all the way down so it just lightly touches to the floor. Toes can stay tucked. Bring the hands into a prayer. Bend the elbows, take the hands to the upper back. Now push the weight of your head into the forearms. Feel the elbows lift. Feel the chest and the shoulders open. Breathe in, maybe close the eyes. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. One more breath. Exhale, bring both hands down to the ground. Push into the hands, round into the upper back as you lift the left knee off the floor. Step the right leg back, plank position. Heels to the left, toes to the right, side plank. Reach your right arm up to the sky. So the challenge is to lift the left hip. If you want more, lift that right leg off the floor. Hold it for 5. Lift the hips for 4. Push to the left hand, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, both hands to the ground. Lower halfway and catch yourself halfway. Rest the knees if you need the support. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, waist in, chin to chest, downward facing. So moving really slow and really steady. Soften the knees. Just rock your hips from side to side. Open around the waist. And then straighten the legs. Look to the top of the mat. Step the right foot forwards. Turn the left toes out, warrior 2. Push down, spiral the arms open. Breathe in. Breathe out, sit into that right thigh. Now anchor the feet down into the floor. So if you need to grip the mat with the toes, then do so. If you want more, lift that front heel and see if you can move deeper into the thighs. So try and do so whilst keeping a strong, active back foot. Take one breath here. Exhale, rest your right heel. Bring the hands behind the back, interlace. Stretch the knuckles away from you. Feel the chest and the shoulders open. Look to the inside of the right foot. Option 1, rest the chest on the thigh. Option 2, bring your right shoulder inside of the right knee. Crown of the head to the ground. Waist pulls in. Spine draws forwards. Look to the inner arch of the left foot. So can you lift the inner arch of the left foot for 3. Relax the upper body forwards for 2. On 1, strong push into the feet, rise up. Take both arms up to the sky. Straighten the right leg, bring the right toes in. Dive it forwards to the ground, hands to the floor. Crown of the head down, hips lift to the ceiling. So like someone's holding that belt loop on the back of their trousers and they're lifting your hips to the sky. So there almost becomes a lightness through the lower body. Breathe in and out. Trust yourself to tip the weight a bit further forwards into your toes and let your hips lift a little more. And bring it back to the heels. Walk your hands around to the left foot. Turn and face the back of the room. Step your right foot next to your left foot. Bend the knees, sit to your chair, reach the arms up and out. Navel to spine. Back lengthens down, so slightly draw the tailbone under. Feel the lower ribs pull in. Hold it here for 3. Exhale. Slow down the breath. Soften the shoulders. stand tall, hands to prayer, lift the chest, maybe a slight back bend, open the chest forwards, trust yourself. Exhale, hands to prayer, heart center. Bring the right knee into the chest, lift the right knee. And then slowly tilt the body forwards, balancing on that left leg, kick your right leg back. Doesn't matter how far you come down, but try and create a straight line from the crown of the head, through the shoulders, through the hips to the right heel. Waist in. Left foot pushes down, left thigh lifts up. Light step. Right foot way back behind, lift up high lunge, inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. See if you can draw that right hip forwards as you exhale. Inhale. And exhale, lightly let the knee touch the floor. Hands to prayer. Bend at the elbows, lift the chest. So you're taking the weight of the head, letting it rest back into the forearms. Lifting the elbows, opening the triceps, opening the chest, opening the heart. And then slowly bring your hands back down to the ground. Push the hands into the floor. Round through the upper back, lift the right knee off the floor. Turn the right toes out. Warrior 2. Open the arms out wide, not the eyes. Stretch the arms out. Pull your waist in. Take an inhale and an exhale. One more breath. Exhale, windmill the hands back down to the floor. Step your left leg back lightly, so without a sound. Balance there, pull the waist in, lift the hips an inch higher. And then roll onto the outside edge of the right foot. Lift the left arm up to the sky, side plank. If you want, lift the left foot as well for 5. Lift your right hip 4. To your right hand 3. Lift 2. On 1, let the feet come together. Let the left hand come down, more vinyasa, so lower down, all the way or halfway. Lift as you inhale. Take it back as you exhale. Steady the breath. Anchor into the hands, anchor, pushing through the feet and the hands to the ground so that you can lift the hips higher, so you can lengthen the spine more. Breathe in and out. Look to the hands. Step your left foot forwards. Turn the right toes out, warrior 2. Open it out wide. Navel to spine. Push to the feet. So don't just push them out, try and push the feet down and then slightly pull inwards through the feet. So you get some inner thigh engagement. Lift the front heel and then move the body forward so you'll get more inner thigh stretch. Reach the arms out wide. Take a breath in and a breath out. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let that front heel rest. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, reach them back away from you. Option 1, chest onto the thigh. Option 2, take the left shoulder inside, gaze to the back foot, round the upper back. Lengthen through the upper back, through the neck, down to the crown of the head. Soften the jaw, lift the hands and breathe. 2, 1, slowly rise back up, push to the feet. Release the hands, turn the left toes in. Take the arms out wide, inhale. Legs are strong, so engage the thighs. Exhale, lean forwards with a nice flat back. So just start drawing the body down. Try and keep the spine flat for as long as you can. And then when you feel like you're at your maximum, soften the knees. Bow the body forwards, hold the ankles and pull yourself in. Inhale. Exhale, 1. So you've got to use your strength. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Breathe in. And breathe out. Again, let your weight tip into the toes. Let the hips lift. Let the hamstrings lengthen. One more breath. And exhale. Take the hands down to the ground in front of you. Push to your hands, lengthen the spine. And then walk your body round to the top of the mat so the hands frame the right foot. Step back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out, 2. Big breath. Exhale, 3. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Keep that right leg reaching up. Now really push into the left foot and the right hand. If you want to challenge your balance a little, take your left hand out to the side of your mat. See if you can walk it off to the side, pushing into the 2 points of contact that remain on your mat. Holding it for 3. Strengthen down through that right arm for 2. On 1, slowly bring the left hand back if you took it out to the side. Bring your right knee into the chest. Step that right foot forwards. Keep the hands where they are. Down to the mat, lift your left leg up to the sky. Fold the body forwards. So as the body comes down, the left leg lifts. So think like a seesaw, body down, left leg lifts. Chin to chest. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. And then see if you can pull navel to spine and use that connection to help. Slowly bring the left foot in. Step it right next to the right foot. Both feet down to the ground. Waist in. Push the feet down, curl up through the spine. So slowly round up. Taking your time. Using the strength and the support around the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands into prayer heart center. Just close the eyes for a moment. Drop the arms down by the side. Steady the breath. And just check that the weight is even through the feet. So even forwards, backwards, left and right. And then bring the hands back to prayer. Lift the left foot. Either you're just going to place it inside of the right shin, or if you want to go a little higher, you can use that left hand. Bring it to the inside of the thigh. Wherever you are, just squeeze your glutes on so the hips drive forwards. Lift the inner arch of that right foot. And then try and think about working that left knee out to the side. From there, take the arms up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. This is option 1 to stay here, to just concentrate on the length, the connection down through the right foot. Option 2, if you want a side bend, let the left hand rest lightly on the left thigh and sweep your right arm over. So we stretch out and open that right side of the body. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Wherever you are, bring the hands back into prayer slowly. Draw that back into the center of the chest. And then the left ankle is now just going to slide on top of the right thigh. So you have this figure of four shape. And you're going to bend into the right knee. So already you might feel that around the hips. If you want to take it deeper, let the hands come down to the floor and let the body fold forwards. So there's a chance to really open around the hips. The easier on is to straighten that right leg. If you want more, try and bend the right knee. So the deeper you bend that knee, the more release you'll find around the left hip. For 3. And 2. And 1. Slowly rise back up. Step the left foot next to the right foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, dive the body forwards, take the hands to the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine, extend the back. Exhale, ground through your hands, step back, downward facing. And then I want you to imagine you've got a corset around the center of the body. Someone's going to tighten that corset so you pull in more around the spine. You're even more supported than you were earlier on in the practice. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale this time, sweep your left leg up to the sky. So initially, you're just reaching that left leg high. That's stage 1. You can stay here. Stage 2, take your right hand out to the side. So the balance and the strength work is through the left hand and the right foot. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Slowly, carefully bring your right hand back to the mat. Pull that left knee into the chest. Step your left foot forwards. Inhale, reach up, high lunge. Lift your arms up to the sky. Stretch and open through that back thigh. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Look down to the top of the mat, so about a foot ahead of the left toes. Take your hands down to the ground and then reach that right leg up to the sky. And as you kick the right leg up, think about bringing the torso down. Breathe in and out. So can you melt your chest towards the thigh, towards the knee? Drop the head, soften the back of the neck. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. On 1, your right foot steps in next to the left foot. And from that forward fold, squeeze the feet together, roll up to standing. Push the feet down, pull the waist in. Inhale, tall arms come up to the sky. Exhale, hands into prayer, heart center. Either just stepping that right foot to the inside of the shin. Millie's nudging the door, trying to come in, or taking your right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Oh, she's getting it. Stay there, you. Hands into prayer. Pull your right knee out to the side and reach your arms up and out. Lengthen through the spine. Breathe in and out. If you need to, grip the mat with those left toes. So use all the small muscles in the sole of the foot to give you a stronger, firmer foundation. And from there, you can lift taller, reach up more, find more space. Take the right hand down thigh. If you like, take a side bend to the right hand side. So not just leaning over to right, but trying to encourage your left hip over to that left side. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Rise up nice and slow. Hands into prayer. Prayer into heart center, right ankle on top of the left thigh. You've got that figure of 4, then bend into that figure of 4. When you feel comfortable, take the hands down in front of you. It seems like that's further to go, but it does help the balance quite considerably. Easier with the leg straighter, deeper with the leg more bent. And talking about that left knee, so the more you bend the left knee, the more you're going to work into the outside of the right hip. Breathe in. Breathe out 1. Breathe in. Breathe out 2. Big breath. And exhale. Roll up to standing. Bring the hands into prayer. Step your right foot next to the left foot. Anchor both feet down. Reach the arms up to the sky. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze the inner thighs together, and trust yourself to take a small back bend. So look up to the ceiling, open the chest and open the heart, drive the hips forwards, and then come back to center. Close the eyes. Take the hands to the hips. Take a big long step back with the left leg. Both hips still facing forwards. So make sure your feet aren't parallel they're not on a tightrope, they're a little bit wider. From there, tilt the body forwards, strengthen the legs. So you're trying to lift up through both thighs. Lean forwards. Fingertips to the floor, or maybe you're holding that right shin. Wherever you are, try and let the upper body go. So try and soften the shoulders, the neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then just thinking about small tweaks, you can think about pulling that right hip back, slightly working the left hip forwards, pulling the navel into the spine, drawing the chin into the chest. Take one more inhale here and exhale. Bend the right knee. Take the arms up to the sky, high lunge. Lift the chest. Exhale. Soften the back knee all the way down to the floor. Hands into prayer and take your left elbow outside of your right knee. Open the chest up to the ceiling. Hopefully lots of space to really rotate and lift the chest. So you gaze right up to the ceiling. Twist all the way through the spine. One more breath in. And breath out. Lift the arms back up, out in front of you. Push into the back toes. Lift the left knee off the floor. Take the hands to the hips. Straighten both legs. Turn the right toes so we face the long side of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold the body forward. So just hinge from the hips. Take the hands down to the ground. And then when the hands find the floor, instead of keeping them there, reach them out in front of you. I want you to imagine someone behind you is pulling the hips back, but your hands are glued to the floor, so the hands don't move. So it means the shoulders have to open more, the arms have to stretch. Relax the head for 3. Feel the length for 2. And on 1, slowly walk the hands back. Turn your hands to face the left foot. Turn around on the back toes. And bend into the left knee. Reach the arms up to the sky, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Take the hands to the hips. Straighten both legs. You might need to adjust, so you might need to walk the back foot in once or twice. Hinge at the hips. Fold the body forwards. Engage the thighs. Take your hands to the floor or fingertips, or you're holding the left shin. If you have blocks, it's quite nice to use blocks. It gives you a bit more length through the arms. When you get into that forward fold, you can then lift the thighs, pull the waist in, let the chest draw forwards, lengthen the back of the neck. Take 2 more breaths in and out. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend your left knee. Sweep the arms up to the sky, high lunge. Rest your back right knee down to the floor. Take a twist, right elbow outside of left thigh. Push into the elbow, lift the chest. We've worked a lot on opening the chest and the heart, so hopefully nice big twist all the way through the spine, not just the upper body. Breathe in for 3. Exhale. 4, 2. Exhale. 4, 1. Exhale. Come back down, look to the floor. Take your hands either side of the left foot and then walk them round to the long side of the mat. So bring your left toes with you. Have a big wide stance through the legs. From here, fold the body down. Reach your hands back between the legs to the other side of the room. So before we reached out in front of us, now I want you to reach back and through. Lift the hips up. Let the crown of the head come forwards. Here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Move a bit further into that fold. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. 1 more breath. And exhale. Hands come back. Underneath the face, push into the hands. Lengthen the spine. Walk the hands around to the top of the mat and just bring both knees down to the floor. You can keep the toes tucked, walk the hands back. Have your knees about hip width, so not super glued together, give a little bit of space. Push up to the knees. Either keep the toes tucked or you can have the feet flat, it's up to you. I like them tucked, but it's just preference. Tilt your tailbone and then slide your hands like you're sliding them into the pockets on the back of your trousers. Lift your chest up to the sky, taking another back bend. So pull your elbows together, lift your chest to the ceiling. So imagine someone's got hold of your t-shirt or your top and they're trying to lift your chest up to the sky. So opening through the front of the body, through the hips. There's no heaviness in the back because we're lifting through the front for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Do point the toes back if they were tucked. Sit the hips to the heels. Rest the hands to the thighs. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders to the ears. And an exhale, back and down. Inhale, roll the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, back and down. Go 1 more. Roll shoulders to ears. Exhale, back and down. And then push up to the knees again. So if that was enough for you and you feel like that's your limit, then do the same thing. Push your hands into the pockets. If you want a bit more, you want to go a bit stronger, reach the arms up to the sky. Biceps frame the ears, and we're going to keep that connection. Lift your hands up, lift tall. Squeeze your glutes and arch the body back. So trust yourself. Reach the hands back and up. Use the hands to pull you back. Let the hips come forwards. Let the chest lift. Strong through the lower body. 3, 2, and 1. Lift back up. Reach the hands as high as you can. And then rest back down. Hips to the heels. Hands to the thighs. And just sit in stillness on this one. Slow the breath down. Slow the heart rate. Calm the nervous system. And notice the space across the collarbones, across the chest, length into the side of the body. And try and hold that height through the body as we close out the practice. So just walk your hands forwards. Take the legs back, come into downward facing dog. Lift your hips to the sky. So stretch your hips up. Feel like you can lengthen another inch through the spine, another inch down through the backs of the legs. And then come to your plank position. Hold that plank position strong. So your arms are strong. Your navel's drawing in towards the waist. And then you're going to keep the arms straight as they are. Slowly let the hips come forwards and let the gaze come forwards. So we come into upward facing without bending the elbows. Pull the shoulders back. Pull your shoulder blades back. Maybe look up to the sky. Usually I don't encourage that, but maybe open the throat a little more, open the chest. And then rest your knees, sit back into child's pose. So stretch all the way back. Rest your forehead to the ground. If your forehead doesn't find the ground, bring the hands in, make a pillar and stack the forehead on top of the hands. So you have somewhere to rest. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. As you're there, I want you to think about two actions. One action of the lower back lengthening to the hips. Second action of the shoulder blades moving out wide, creating some space across the upper back. Soften your forehead, soften around the jaw, just making sure you're not clenching through the jaw, not adding any unnecessary stress or tension. Take a breath in and a breath out. From your child's pose, push into the hands, rise up to all fours, just stretch both legs back and come and lie down on the floor. So your hands are underneath the shoulders, your toes point back, and then squeeze the legs together, connect through the inner thighs. Lift the chest, so not too much push down into the hands, trying to lift and move the chest forwards. Find the strength in the upper back, and then see if you can lift the hands off the floor without lowering the chest. Breathe in here for 3. Lift higher for 2. And on 1, make a pillow with the hands and just rest the forehead. Shake the hips from side to side. So you can do that same thing again. Or if you want to take a deeper back bend, I'm going to give you the chance to bend the knees and reach for the feet. If you're doing that, I want you to reach back and find both ankles at the same time. So I want to try and avoid this like pattern of going one way and then the other way. Just adds quite a lot of stress into the back. So if you're doing what we did before, start with the hands and the feet together. Going to lift up using the strength of the back. If you're taking it further, you can lift up to this stage, then bend the knees. See if you can reach and find both ankles at the same time. Once you have the ankles, push the feet away from you and let that open the chest. Breathe in. Move the chest forwards, breathe out. Breathe in. Lift the knees, breathe out. One more big breath, expand. And then let it go. Super, super slow. Wherever you are, take the chest down to the floor. Rest the forehead to the hands. Give a shimmy through the hips. Hands down. Toes tuck. Take it back into downward facing. Stretch your hips back and up. And then slowly walk your feet in. Little challenge. See if you can walk your feet between the hands and take a seat without lifting the hands. Okay, and then push the feet together, push the knees together. Rock back onto the seat bones so you're not sat tall. I want you to rock onto the back of the seat. Lift the feet off the floor and stretch the arms out in front. Turn the palms so they face up. Open across the chest. We're holding it for 5. If you want more, straighten the legs. Bend the knees or straighten the legs, it's up to you. 3, 2, on 1, how slowly can you roll down, keeping the feet off the floor? So pull the waist in. Take it slow, take it slow. Rest the arms to the side, plant the feet to the floor. Tuck the tailbone, draw down through the lower back to the ground, push to the feet, lift the hips. Squeeze your glutes. Driving through the balls of the feet, gripping the mat with the toes. And then take the arms up to the sky, halfway back overhead. Now I want you to imagine something really heavy in your hands, and you have to hold the hands there. So now there becomes a bit more strength work through the shoulders and through the front of the body. Higher to counterbalance for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the spine down. Take it really super slow. Let the arms rest down by the side. Bring the knees into the chest. And then just give your knees a hug. Rock from left to right. Extend both legs up to the sky. Pull the toes back to the face. Arms down by the side. Squeeze the inner thighs together and really slowly just see if you can move the legs away from you. So really slowly, we've got another count of 5. And I want you to take that count to find your maximum. So that place where you can keep the lower back connected to the floor, but you feel the abdominals working, you don't lose control. 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet back up above the body. And we'll do that twice more, that slowly. Squeeze the inner thighs. Relax the shoulders. Work through the inner thighs. Work around the pelvis. Strengthen through the lower abdominals. And bring it back. Last time. Take it away. Squeeze the inner thighs. Reach the legs away from you. Bring it back. Bend both knees. Take the arms out to the side. Just let both knees fall over to the left. Gaze to the right. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Trying to sink through the right shoulder. Relax and soften through the lower body. Allowing a little bit of movement to bring the knees back to center. Let the knees fall over to the right, gaze to the left. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Notice the softening effect of that exhale breath. Let the knees come back to center. Find a happy baby so the soles of your feet reach for the sky. Your hands reach to the ankles or the feet. Pull the knees down and out. Let the soles reach for the sky. Lengthen the tailbone away. So if you can, pull the feet down as you kick through the heels. Pull down through the soles of the feet. Kick up through the heels. So you're strong with the grip pulling down. Allowing the backs of the legs to stretch. Trying to settle the tailbone to the floor. And then slowly, let the feet find the ground. Rest the hands onto the belly. Stretch your right leg out to the very bottom corner of the mat. And stretch your left leg out to the very bottom corner of the mat. Turn the toes out to the side. Drop through the shoulders. Take a long, full inhale. And a big deep exhale. Take a long full inhale. And a big deep exhale. 2 more breaths. Find a stillness through the back of the body. Find a softness. So the only movement is just this gentle rise and fall in the chest. This gentle expansion and then retraction. And there's no barrier to that movement, so you can push that movement all the way down to the toes. Feel the toes start to wriggle. Down the arms to the fingers. Feel the fingers start to move. And then roll the wrists. Roll the ankles. Stretch your arms overhead. Take a long full body stretch. Heels of the hands push away. Toes point away, full stretch. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big hug. So really squeeze the knees in nice and close. Without too much fuss or too much extra movement, bring yourself up to a seat. Cross the legs, close the eyes. And just place the hands onto the knees. Draw the shoulders back and down. Sit a little taller. Pull the shoulders back, open the chest. And just notice how you feel for the practice. Notice the absence of any stress or tension on the face or in the expression. Notice the distance between the shoulders and the ears. And notice the length through the spine. Bring your hands into prayer heart center. And just thanking yourself for making the time to practice today. Although it's a very different Christmas, I know everyone's still busy with family and friends. So thank you very much for turning up, for showing up. I'm super sorry about the technical problems. Why today, out of all days? But it's what it is. I think that kind of sums up 2020.